Well, big one tomorrow. Very, very important. I know, when you think of Big Ten traditional games, obviously Maryland hasn't been in the league that long, but they still, in my opinion, are a team that could compete for a Big Ten title. Very, very talented, terrific front court, very well coached, really good young talent. So it's a big one. It's very, very important for us. Got to find a way to win at home when you play these quality teams. So excited about it.
After the emotional high of a win like that, I know you guys are celebrating in the locker room, but quickly turn the page, and how do you get maybe the younger players and some of the guys who haven't experienced a win like that to focus on this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to enjoy winning, because it's hard to win. Hard to win on the road. It's hard to beat quality teams. So you've got to certainly celebrate that, but then you got to move on. And we did that. We gave off the next day, got in really late, rested, and then turned the page to Maryland. It's not. We're in this. This is a long marathon, and we've got a lot of season to play. So it was a good win. We take what we did well versus Wisconsin, try to get better at it, and take what we didn't do well and improve on it. And, I know our guys got a lot of respect for Maryland. It's a terrific team.
When it comes to Amir, do you find yourself trying to push his aggressiveness, or do you feel like it's kind of an ebb and flow in the game when he's able to take over time? Just play the right way. But just understand, I've told him, we do need you to score. You are a good passer and you move the ball well and you know how to play, but we need you to be that option, scoring the basketball. And obviously showed that versus Wisconsin when some things offensively broke down. He was able to create, so we definitely need him to continue to be aggressive.
Can you usually tell that right away in a game when he's maybe got that look? Or
No, that's kind of, not really. That's kind of overrated. I think some coaches watch stretching to see, or they judge a shoot around. Oh, we had a good shoot around, so we're going to play well later. There's not really a direct correlation there. And Amir's kind of steady with his mentality all the time. He's not like this fiery guy one day and then, calm the next. He's pretty even keel all the time.
You've talked a few times about telling him that he should be considered one of the best players in the league. Is that your way, sort of trying to unlock that aggression?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that he has a goal of playing in the NBA. You don't normally make the NBA unless you're one of the better players in the league. So you got to separate yourself as one of those. And people have got to. It's not necessarily that there's a desire for people to talk about you, because he doesn't care about that. But they talk about really good players and NBA prospects, and if you want to be that, you better be mentioned, and he's starting to be mentioned.
Is he playing as confident as you've seen him here?
Well, he was hurt for most of last year. He was an all-freshman player. I always thought the junior year would be his year to kind of break out. And obviously missing most of the Big Ten last year, just missing that time may have halted his growth a little bit. But, yeah, he's playing pretty well. He really is, and I think that he can continue to improve.
As much as Amir carried you guys at the end of the first half, Dupree kind of sealed it with his defense and then some plays at the end of the game. How pleased are you with a lot of these close games that you've played, even a lot of high major opponents, you guys would be able to kind of pull out different ways?
Yeah, I think we've played a pretty tough schedule. I think we're 12-2, and I believe we've beaten 8 high major opponents. So that's a lot. It's not like we loaded up on all types of guarantee games. We've been challenged, and we've found a way to win some. We're starting 2 freshmen, and with having Eric out and with having Dupree go through what he's gone through. So I think you're starting to see, last year Dupree was hurt. Obviously, at the beginning of this year, what he was going through and is still going through, but when he has a little bit of mental clarity and he's healthy physically, I think Dupree is a very, very important player for us. He made some big plays at the end of that Wisconsin game.
And obviously, the team's not a great shooting team, so defense is, especially down the stretch, is probably the way you guys can pull out some of these games.
Well,
Yeah, I think that I don't think we're a bad shooting team. I think that we could get better if we continue to take high quality shots. But I do think that Dupree, when he was healthy, he was getting steals, he was getting deflections, he's got long arms. The play he made on Trice, he was doing that when he was healthy.
Talked about Maryland size with Fernando and Smith. How has Eric come out of these last couple of games?
He's looked good, yeah. I thought he looked really good versus Wisconsin. Made some important plays for us down the stretch. He'll continue to, with time, get his timing back offensively and everything like that. But that front court's a challenge. A lot of people think it's one of the best front courts in the country. They are just dominating the glass. Bruno and Smith are both NBA prospects. They play hard. They're talented. So it's going to be a tough test for us, and Eric's obviously very important to limiting that stuff.
Did you sense that your team really kept its head and kept its poise late in the Wisconsin game when maybe they could have been getting frustrated with some of the calls, maybe the momentum going the other way?
Well, that's life on the road. You're not going to blow a really good Wisconsin team out on the road. Or at home. It's hard to beat, a Wisconsin team like that and to build a lead to, 15. They're going to make a run. So, no, I thought we were pretty calm and poised and made big plays when we needed to, and executed the game plan pretty well.
Who do you see as your best defender of point guards?
Good question. That's kind of something that we've wrestled with a little bit, and I think it's Dupree and Gabe are the two that we've been kind of switching on and off a little bit and thinking about for tomorrow. I think Amir with his size, as you get into the league, it's important. It's going to be hard to put Dupree on a 6'7" wing, so it's natural for him to move over there. So it's Dupree or Gabe. Gabe's terrific at getting over ball screens, and with point guard, seems like that kind of is what ends in all the plays, so Gabe's really good at that. So I think you look at both of them, and that's what we did versus Wisconsin as well.
When you don't necessarily have the natural starting point guard, most people think, well, you need someone to sort of engage your offense to get that going, but is that defensive piece of that position just as important for you to develop?
I think the point guard thing is, it's bizarre to me. Why isn't Amir the starting point guard? He brings the ball up the court. If it was the older days where people were pressing as much, they're not though. So Amir is our starting point guard. He's pretty good at it, and he can play multiple positions, which we've put him on the court. So that's not, I always hear about the concerns of our team that we don't have that. That's not my concern. Now, there's a lot of other things I have concerns with, but I think that Amir has handled playing that position very well. But, yes, the defensive side of it, of who do you guard, is definitely more important to me than that.
You talked about the matchup not being good for Isaiah versus Wisconsin. Obviously, moving forward, you're going to need him off the bench.
We're going to need everybody, and for Isaiah, didn't play last game, and a lot of that had to do with, I thought that I went with Brock early because I thought the game fit him. And, if he's playing well, it's very hard to play like 9-10 guys. And he was I thought he was adjusting well throughout the course of the game. I thought the game fit him, and that's why Isaiah didn't play. So it's not like he's being buried on the bench. But that was a physical game. Brock had been in that building before and won. Brock is used to playing that style of play. So that doesn't mean that, Isaiah's not going to play anymore. And he didn't do anything. And neither did Jarvis, and neither did Brock when Brock hadn't played before. So we're going to need everybody on the team, because every game is different.
What's your relationship with Ryan Saunders, and how would you describe him as a coach?
Well, we've had lunch a couple times. Great guy. I went to the game last night. Brought my son just because it was a good Sunday game to go to, and it was shocking. I'd never seen that after a win, and it's disappointing for Tibbs because I really like him a lot. And I'm sure Ryan would say the same thing about it. But that's the business, that's the unfortunate part of sports and in all of life. It happens. But it's a good opportunity for Ryan, under obviously difficult circumstances, just to dive in right there. But we talk a lot of basketball. We talk, we text back and forth a lot throughout the season. He's a huge Gopher fan. He follows us greatly, wants us to win. So as tough as it is to see Tibbs let go, and because I got a lot of respect for him, I'm happy for Ryan that he gets a great shot at it. So I know he's a great basketball mind, great person, and he loves the Gophers.
One more for Coach. Any more for Coach?
Thank you.